The aim of this session is to demonstrate how OneNote can work as whiteboard software, how I use it in a classroom as well as remotely. I'm going to show you how I structure my OneNote or class notebook and to give you some shortcuts to help make OneNote work better for you. So let's give you some background. I started using OneNote as whiteboard software in 2015. When I first started using it, I didn't use Class Notebook as well, and I was just looking for an easy way of storing and uploading my lessons at the end of every lesson so the students could access them. What is OneNote? So it's an online notebook. You've got sections over here, so these arrow-headed sections over on the left-hand side are your different sections. You've also got tabs, and you get pages within your sections and your tabs. I think of it a bit like a giant pucker pad with these tabs. I often think it also looks like one. You have a bookshelf. This purple line here is your bookshelf. When you click on that, it collapses in. You can also look at all of the ones that you have open there. So you can have several open at a time. So I'm going to give you a quick run through of how I use it in lessons and show you what it can do and why I think it's so powerful. Starting with the basics, write on examples. So just type the questions into OneNote and I just grab pen and write my answers underneath. So just go through and solve the question and then one for the students to do. Now, some people like to cover up the student one. Best way to do that in OneNote is to turn the font colour the same colour as the background so the students can't see it. And then when you're done, when you want them to do it, you just turn it back again. Or have one of the pens along the top the same colour as your background and just scribble all over the top. So when you're done, you can rub it out or just move it out of the way. You can import pictures and then write on top of the pictures. So here I might want to show that when this is a kite, these are the same length. Students can have a paper copy, and in fact on this one I also had a paper copy. I wrote my answers on the paper copy and uploaded the picture of my answers to the OneNote. You can insert words or PDFs. This is a Word document with some A-level notes, which I then in lessons just write directly on top of. And if I don't give myself enough room, there is a very cunning function up here. You'll notice it says insert or remove extra space. So on the draw menu, there's the one, the two lines and the two arrows. If you click on that, you can give yourself some extra space. And you can add that space. And you can remove that space. So you can also use that a bit like a spotlight tool where you want to sort of slide things in and out of screen. You can insert PowerPoints as pictures and write on those. Or if you want a PowerPoint that has some steps in it, so clickable, you can actually embed the PowerPoint and then you can click through the PowerPoint, which is quite useful. If I do that, I normally embed the pictures underneath. So underneath that, I have the finished PowerPoint embedded as pictures so that I can scroll different bits of it without having to click through a second time. If you're doing any graphing or any geometry, you can embed Desmos and GeoGebra. So this is an embedded Desmos. You click on it, it launches the web page. And then you have an interactive graph, and obviously you can add more equations in if you want to. So you could add y equals x in here as well if you wanted to. So you have a piece of graphing software embedded on the OneNote page. And you can embed GeoGebra. So if you've written yourself a GeoGebra applet, for example, for circle theorems, you can grab that and demonstrate how that works so that that's an option that you can embed as well. You can embed videos. This is a YouTube video. You can embed YouTube and stream videos. And you can embed forms. So if you're using forms, You can embed forms. I find it's quite useful that you can resize this so they don't have to scroll twice. So they don't have to scroll the form and scroll the OneNote page. And they can just type their answers directly on the OneNote page in the form on the OneNote page.